Hi, it's Olivia from PhotoCare. We're here at PPE 2017. I'm here with Rich from Zeiss. We're talking about some of their newer lenses and some of their pre-existing lenses.
Hi. So the newest lens at the line is the brand new Milvus 25mm f1.4. So this is the 11th lens in the Milvus family in both Canon and Nikon mount. This one is the Canon mount. So it has contacts for EF mount, the metadata that gets transferred over. You have focus confirmation if you're shooting still and want to focus. And we also promote it for video applications. So it becomes a very nice cinema-style video lens for all of the entry-level 4K cameras out there that take an EF mount. We can also take this lens and put focus gears on it. So this is the Milvus 85mm 1.4, and with our focus gears, it's a simple two-piece design. It just tightens down on the barrel. Let me loosen this up a little bit more, slides right off. And I can go from shooting still to video. I can put this on, put it on a small rig with a follow focus, and it's just a really nice video solution. So when we look about our Milvus line, we do look at both applications, for both video applications and still. We're a manual focus lens, which means long throws, hard stops, really precise focus. If you're shooting still, we have to be, observant of the application. If you have the time to focus and compose, great image quality. If you're shooting fast action, like weddings and things like this, manual focus lens is a bit of a challenge, so we really don't really go after that part of the marketplace. But if you're shooting portraiture, landscape, any type of studio work, and of course video, really great solutions. The other thing we see in the industry, of course, is that the sensor resolution keeps getting higher. Right? We're looking, 36, 42, 50 megapixel. Honestly, don't think it's going to end there. What this means is that the size of the pixel gets very tiny in the sensor. And if you really want to resolve that detail, especially at the frame edges and into the corners, you need much better optics. And this really suits our business well. All of the Milvus lenses, our Otis lenses, are really designed for these high-res sensors. Okay? Now, as you move to really more of the pure video side, on the FS5 here we have the Leica SIA, which is a manual focus E-mount lens that covers a full frame. Now this is an APS-C sensor, so it's going to, it covers a little bit more, so you have that kind of 1.5 crop factor. So this lens is going to be like an equivalent focal length around a 30, 32 millimeter, something like this. But for someone who's using, this camera for more of a cinematic style, I've got a manual focus with long throws, manual iris aperture on the lens that can be declicked. And a really cool thing in the FS5 is that there's a feature inside called the clear image zoom. And once that's enabled, I can use the wide and tele rocker up here to give a 2x basically telephoto. So even though it's a 21 millimeter, the camera is going to zoom to 21 and 42. So it's really very effective. So again, small, lightweight, great for run and gun style shooting. So perfect for that. And then at NAB this year, we introduced our CP3s. These are replacing the Compact Prime CP2s. Smaller, lighter, mechanically it's a brand new lens. 95 millimeter front, so they're very small, smaller than the CP2s. Still with an interchangeable lens mount. 5 mount options. So we've got PL, Canon, Nikon, E-mount, Micro Four Thirds. Full frame coverage. We know full frame is becoming, more interesting. Sony brought out the Venice. Red's talking about the Monstro. These lenses cover that sensor size without any problem. And then finally, I'll point out the CP3 XD. So the difference between the standard CP3 and the XD is the metadata we transmit off the lens. So there's encoders built inside, and it's going to give you on the video file, the manufacturer of the lens, the focal length, the aperture, and the distance setting. And we're also providing extended data for correction of distortion and vignetting. So for the first time in a video file, you can open up a plugin that we provide for DaVinci Resolve and then correct for vignetting and distortion in the lens. So it's pretty common in still photo to do this in Lightroom or Photoshop, but now in Resolve we can do this on the entire video file, which is really cool. So everything you see here is starting to ship, is shipping. The Milvus 25 in about 2 weeks.
Thank you so much.